All right, welcome back, Vet Science. So we've learned a little bit about reproductive technologies in the term of cloning, and now we're going to focus on something called AI, or artificial insemination. And this is something that some of us may have heard about in the past in a biology class, or if you've taken other classes with me, this tends to be a pretty popular, common topic we discuss, especially in the animal sciences. Artificial insemination is broadly defined as the process of collecting semen from a male through an artificial vagina and using the collected semen to impregnate a female. So this semen is collected in the artificial vagina and then stored at temperatures of up to negative 320 degrees Fahrenheit. And at this temperature, we can store the semen for many, many years. So we can also insert protectants and extenders to the semen before it's frozen to help extend the shelf life, if you will, or the longevity of that sample. Artificial insemination is very popular, especially in the dairy industry and the swine industry. Some key benefits include that it's safer than natural conception. When we think about cattle, for instance, bulls tend to be very angsty and high testosterone individuals. So having bulls on a farm with cows sometimes can be very dangerous. And when we actually go through the mating process and the breeding process for cattle, it can be very dangerous because obviously you as the farmer or as the technician, the artificial insemination technician, you're probably only going to be in the range of 150, 200 pounds, somewhere in there. And the animals you're working with can be up to 1,500 pounds or more. So having those two animals breed while you're probably about less than 10% of those animals' weights, it can be very dangerous. It allows for better selection. So we're able to take the semen from the bull, analyze it, understand the genetic properties of that semen sample, and then utilize that semen in selective breeding to better select traits that we want to become more pronounced in our herd. And lastly, we can store and ship superior semen. So long gone are the days where we have to go ahead, put the bull in a trailer, drive the bull halfway across the country or to the different county or whatever we got going. We can just simply take a semen sample where the bull is located, freeze it, and then ship it to the breeding program or the individual who's looking for that semen. So a lot of key benefits there. And this is why artificial insemination has become a very popular trend in the livestock industry and even in the companion animals industry. Some drawbacks, however, include that it's labor intensive. As is normal breeding as well. They're both pretty labor intensive because you're working with animals that are very, very big and they're large, obviously. You must watch closely for estrus to begin. So we'll talk about the estrus cycle here a little bit later. And if you take advanced vet science or college in the schools animal science in the spring, we talk a lot about the estrus cycle. And it's very important that when we inseminate when we inseminate the cow, we are doing so at a time when she is in estrus. And lastly, initial equipment investment can be a little bit expensive and a barrier to entry for artificial insemination. But overall, artificial insemination is becoming a very popular trend in the livestock industry, and it's an important technology to know a little bit about. So that's why we talked about it today. So there you have it. That's artificial insemination. Tune into the next section to learn a little bit more about embryo transfer.